There was a delivery done in the 18 Marines. Supposedly, the joint affidavit of the 18 Marines pointed to a delivery to one of the Congress persons, no? One of the congressmen or congresswomen. But when we investigated that angle, it appears that this delivery was done during the time of Speaker Lord Velasco. That picture that was put in the affidavit was done during the time of Speaker Lord Velasco. So it is not an entirely accurate depiction of even pictures. What you see here is really a manipulation of facts to make it appear that that was that, but actually they were playing with timelines, and this is one timeline that they played with, that this happened before the term of President Marcos. Senator Kiko Pangilinan. It's about the concerns on agricultural smuggling, and we will be helping out in the drive of his committee in ferreting out those who are responsible for this mess of agricultural smuggling that's happening right now. And we will be looking at different legal theories for the possible cases to be filed against those perpetrators. And he turned over some data to us. So that's the first order of the day. Second order of the day is, yes, the ICI is terminating its work already and turned over to us voluminous documents. How many trucks?
200 megaboxes.
200 megaboxes of data. And they gave us their hard drive. They gave us more summations of the investigations they conducted. And we'll be scrutinizing the documents submitted to us by the ICI within the next few days. And this will be very important because with the aid of artificial intelligence, it's easier to look at this data and to have it organized. And we will be using AI for this purpose. I mean, we're not going to be claiming magic here. It's just AI. And I think it's already standard practice for many people to use AI. And we will just use this as a guide. It will not be the one to define our work, but it's a guide that we can use to make sure that we're able to scrutinize the data or the details within the data that will make or break a case.
Sir, dun po ba sa tinurn over sa inyo, meron po bang recommendations for investigation of certain people?
Yes, all of them are there intact. It's just that the volume of the documents is so big that we cannot make a summation right now. But I think that they submitted their work to the President already. And I suggested to the Chairman that the same report given to the President be distributed across all law libraries in the country so that it's a reference point for investigations of this nature, because it's a primary source. Remember that what they do as investigating it under the auspices of an executive order would make them primary sources for data that you may want to study, or law students may want to study, law professors, law schools, because this is something that will be there for the future of this country.
Sir, kasi marami pong inimbitahan ang ICI, marami po silang inimbestigahan. May mga hindi po nasama sa mga referrals natin. Does this mean na sila po ay ligtas na o hindi pa po?
Hindi po. The ICI actually worked for 80 days, as emphasized to us by Andy Reyes. It's not enough to draw all the conclusions, but as I thanked them, I told them that the data they gathered will serve as a guide to us. It will serve as a way to understand the problem. And the techniques that they employed and the technology they employed is an eye-opener. Basic things that are present within our system, within government, they were able to make use of. An example would be the NAMRIA remote sensing technology available to them, can be available to us as we investigate these cases.
Sir, walang ligtas, walang dapat nakakatulog ng mahimbing. Ano po ba, sir, yung
Tuloy-tuloy ito eh. We're building up the cases. As I said, the thrust of this office is actually to build up the cases well enough so that we follow a higher standard of reasonable certainty of conviction, and that when the time comes to file the case, we'll be ready to present our case continuously until the end of our presentation of evidence, so that we may rest our case as prosecutors, as the Ombudsman, the Office of the Special Prosecutor, may be able to rest its case continuously. Because the problem with many of the cases that happened here, like the PDAF cases, is that the delaying tactics worked. Some of the evidence was not presented until 3 years, 4 years, 5 years after, and the continuous memories, the continuity of the facts was not sustained. Here we want to tell the whole story in one whole burst. Meaning to say, the moment we started, we want to go for continuous trial. That's why we are building up the cases properly.
Sir, may specific po bang mga tao na inihabilin na ito po malapit na pong makumpleto yung investigation?
Marami kaming makukompleto na. Marami na sa 70 to 80%. Yan ang critical time eh. 70 to 80% will define determine what case we can file against who. Because not all of them will be plunder, not all of them will be malversation, but this will be nevertheless cases which will hurt. It will have a very stinging effect. And another focus, of course, is restitution. It is still an important part of our work to make sure that the money is returned to the coffers of the Republic, or at least returned to us and used as a trust fund so this thing will never happen again.
Sir, ilan po yung mga iniimbestigahan from ICI na tinanong?
Marami. But sa Congress, parang 8 lang yung kanilang, 8 lang yung kanilang, No, 13 were attended the hearings, and they only suggested 8 to be prosecuted. But we are looking beyond that figure. Definitely, we're way ahead of them in some of their fields, like the investigation of congressmen. We're way ahead of the ICI. But their findings will be used by our teams to bolster the evidence that they have already. Ano yan eh? Ano mo kasi, ang AI, when you have a stream of information, let's say, that whole wall is information, they'll be able to guide you through, depending on what you ask for, through the facts that you may need to be able to build the case. They will also be able to point out who signed what documents. They will point out who signed the checks. Marami yung masasabi ang AI that can guide us, call witnesses in the investigation. Kaya mahalaga ang AI. It's really a guide that we intend to use dito. And anyway, we have already a digital officer who's helping us from a cabinet department, from the Department of Justice. May tumutulong na sa amin sa digital, so we can thresh out the use. We can actually maximize the use of artificial intelligence to go through the facts, to go through the vouchers, disbursement vouchers. Kasi ano yan eh, all of it comes into a procedure. The procedure for approving a case, approving a project, all the way to the implementation. Ano yan eh, kasama yan sa gusto natin makita. Remember, AI can be taught to ask questions. Actually, AI has so many applications already. Pero dito, we'll be teaching AI to look for things that we want to look for. I think that's what they recommended for prosecution. Remember, they only had 80 days. That's all they had. 80 days lang sila na nakatrabaho based on this. I came in when they were there already. I think they had a 40-day head start. before I became the ombudsman. But because of that, our coming in, we had to catch up, play catch up. But now that the teams are fully working here, the teams of GPOs, no, graph investigators are already on the job, and of course the fact finding is full stream. We actually, our output will be bigger than the output that they have, because they went there. Actually, they were able to fill a gap of information that was not there before.
Sir, but you mentioned po na you're way ahead of that.
Now, not now we can say we're way ahead, because we have teams that are institutionally equipped to analyze data. Remember, they started from scratch, and I actually praise them for being able to come up with many things that were not in the equation before. But I cannot specifically answer which one. But it's come to the point I'm quite impressed with much of the output. I asked them, those who feel that they're qualified, to apply also. Many of the legal staff of the ICI, I'm asking them to apply here so that we will not waste the institutional knowledge that they already have. And ito maximizing the use of the resources within our grasp.
Sir, since this involved po lawmakers from the House, nagkaroon po ba kayo na ng meeting with the leadership of the House regarding the possible...
I'm talking to many of them already, and there will be solutions coming within the next month. But we have to thresh out these solutions, because the aim is really to have a politically stable country. We want things to work here. Yun ang aim natin dito. Tsaka, what we can do sitting down, we'll do sitting down. It's a tough job that we have, but I think that we have the wisdom to deal with each and every case as they arrive here to our doorstep day by day.
How about sir sa Senate? May mga contractors din ba na nire-recommend?
Contractors, no contractors, but there were 7 senators who were investigated, and they have I haven't read their we didn't go into the details of their findings, but basically we ran along parallel lines. The ones we're investigating were as the ombudsman is the one that they also went through, based on the same testimonies that we were able to get.
Ombudsman, meron din pong mga nag-file ng parang referrals dun sa ICI before. Now they would like to, the president to be investigated. Meron din po ba sa inyo na turnover?
Wala pa, hindi ko pa nakikita lahat eh. I haven't seen everything. But we will see that as the days go by. Kasi voluminous eh. Actually, yung turnover na isang envelope, ang laman nun hard drive lang eh. That hard drive will contain thousands and thousands of pages already. Marami na talaga siyang data na laman. Kasi ano nila eh, they were able to source a lot of contract documents. Remember, these contract documents form the backbone of each and every case, because it's a violation of contract that was committed. And it's just not only a contract with the DPWH, but a contract with the Filipino people. No more?
Sir, may recommended po bang amount yung ICI in terms of amount to be restituted?
Meron ba?
As a result of...
Wala pa. Mamaya, when we're through with the ICI issues, meron pa ako ibang i-discuss sa inyo.
Last call.
ICI issues. Wala na? Okay. I just received an intelligence report, and it seems to be very reliable. Huwag na lang, bukas na lang.
Ituloy nyo.
Sige. There was a delivery done of the 18 Marines. Supposedly, the joint affidavit of the 18 Marines pointed to a delivery to one of the Congress persons, no? One of the congressmen or congresswomen. But when we investigated that angle, it appears that this delivery was done during the time of Speaker Lord Velasco. That picture that was put in the affidavit was done during the time of Speaker Lord Velasco. So it is not an entirely accurate depiction of even pictures. What you see here is really a manipulation of facts to make it appear that that was that. But actually, they were playing with timelines. And this is one timeline that they played with, that this happened before the term of President Marcos. Some of them, at least, one picture that showed, that was used in the affidavit, would show us that it was done during the time of Lord Velasco as Speaker of the House. At least just one of them. I'm not talking about the others, but there was one picture there that was put in the affidavit that was actually taken before we assumed office. Maleta na dineliver sa isang tao. Ang report sa amin, pero yun naman. Oh, pero yung report nga, it was delivered during that time. So, you're talking about something happening before 2022. Ano dito? I have reason to believe that Mike Defensor was called to task already by people concerned with that picture that was shown. He was instrumental in putting together the affidavit. I think we all know that. He's not denying it anyway. I find out again, but it's a very reliable person telling me that that picture was taken before, during the time that Lord Velasco was still the Speaker of the House. So there was a delivery of money already at that time. Same ex-Marines. Same ex-Marines, yes. But we're still looking for the individual affidavits based on personal knowledge of all of them. That is so important. Mahalaga po yan na yung sinasabi ng bawat isang lumagda dyan ay sarili nilang kaalaman. Hindi sa narinig nila o nabasa nila sa kanilang chat group. Kasi may chat group yung mga yan eh. Ang problema, marami hong lumabas sa affidavit na akala mo lahat sila nandun. Pero alam naman natin na hindi maaari mangyari yon. At 18 tao lagi ang kasama sa bawat pagkilos na naroon, ay tila hindi naman ito tugma sa normal na katotohanan.
Sir, may we confirm yung yung sinasabi nila na these 18 alleged Marines were summoned by the Office of the Ombudsman?
Oh, I think that our investigators, fact-finding natin, the fact-finding already summoned them. Kasi nga, ba't bigyan mo kami ng 18 kayong pipirma? Dito kakusapin namin kayo, tatanungin namin kayo sa lahat ng inyong pinirmahan. Diba? Ayun yan, magsasabit ka ng dokumento dito, panindigan mo. Huwag mo sasayangin ang oras ng opisina namin. Kaya dapat, panindigan nyo lahat. Tsaka, ilagay niya yung detalye ng bawat isang tao kung saan siya kasama. Kasi sabihin natin, there were 200 deliveries or 100 deliveries. Kasama pa siya sa 100 deliveries, hindi siya nawala kahit minsan. Ayun ang tinatanong natin dito. Marami dyan. Siguro naka-3 delivery, naka-4, naka-5, pero hindi 100. Pero sinasabi noon, 100 magkakasama silang lahat. Pag pumirma ka, lumagda ka sa affidavit na yon. Hindi ba dapat yan personal knowledge eh? Kaya yun ang gusto natin malaman. Lilinawin lang natin kasi ang hinahabol natin dito yung kamalian pa rin. The act itself is still what we are after. Siyempre, gusto natin malaman talaga kung ano nangyari. Not to find fault on anybody, but to know if somebody can vouch for every action. Kung sino talaga ang pwedeng managot. Sabihin natin, delivery sa isang bahay. Sino-sino yung kasama sa delivery sa bahay na yon, sa date na yon. Kasi, ganun talaga ang pag-iimbestiga. Hindi pwede yung general statements lang na sabi-sabi, sama-sama ang lahat. You're talking about serious allegations that have to be testified to by the actual people who witnessed the act. Ano pa rin? We will still ask them about their own personal knowledge. We will ask them about every detail. Kaya nga, magnagsabit ka na ganyan dito sa amin, panindigan mo, huwag mo sasayangin ng oras, dapat yung panindigan nyo. Yun lang naman ang gusto natin mangyari.
So is it safe to say, with your regulations, na yung pag-delivery ng maleta bilang during the Duterte time?
Duterte time, definitely yung isa ron. Yung isang na-point out sa akin, na nag-inform sa akin.
Asan daw po yung
Di, yung pa rin yun.
So, sorry po.
Hindi ako sigurado eh. Somewhere in Metro Manila. Oh. Hindi. Wala pang ICC nun eh. Yung delivery na yun was before June 30, 2022. Yan. Pupunuan pa natin ng detalye yan. Pero, minsan kasi, pagka ganun ang kanyang sistema, talagang, alam mo talaga, wholesale na to eh. Meron talaga wholesale na nangyayari noong panahon na yun. Kung mali-mali tayong pera, di ba? Basta marami tayong source. Nanggaling tayo ron eh. Di ba? We came from there eh. I was a congressman at that time. Kaya, hindi naman ako magtataka kung ganun nga ang nangyari.
Sir, you mentioned kanina na si Mike Defensor was asked para ayusin na.
Meron na lumapit kay Mike Defensor to ko sa picture ko yun. Sige, tanongin niyo siya kung sino yun. He might want to tell you.
Sir, gaano kataas itong taong ito? Ano yung figura niya sa politika?
Congress.
Congressman.
Member of Congress.
Influential, mataas ang posisyon.
Anong panahon na yun? Influential. Okay.
Hanggang ngayon, sir?
Basta. Ayun na. Hanggang yan.
Sir?
Basta. Andyan lang yun. Oh. Malalaman nyo naman yan. You ask Mike Defensor.
Servant Alvarez po from UNC. Ibig sabihin po ba ng investigation nyo dun sa 89 focus muna dun sa identity nila, hindi muna dun sa mga pinangalanan sa
Hindi, ano yan eh. Ang unang-una, bago ka kumilos sa isang affidavit, dapat magtanong ka muna ng tanong tungkol sa affidavit. Kasi, dapat ma-ascertain mo muna yung facts eh. Paano ka magtatanong, paano ka mag-iimbestiga ng tao kung balibag yung affidavit eh. Kaya gusto natin, malaman natin lahat. Hindi pwedeng balibag, tapos tanggapin natin ng hook, line, and sinker lahat. Sa pagkakataon na 18 yung pirma sa isang affidavit na mga pangyayari na umaabot ng mahigit o halos 3 taon, baka naman maraming magic masyado yon. Kaya kailangan malaman natin lahat ng detalye. Kung sino talaga ang magpapatunay sa bawat detalye na binigay sa isang affidavit. Hindi pwedeng 18 kayo, tapos nagkwentuhan kayo sa may lahat kayo, may pirma ng affidavit. Hindi naman pwedeng ang affidavit ikwento eh. Dapat yan yung talaga naranasan mo at nasaksihan mo. Ang paglalagay ng affidavit, pagiging saksiyan sa pangyayari. Hindi ito magiging receiver ng chismis sa isang chat group. Hindi pwede yun.
Sir, yung pag-summon sa kanila ng ombudsman, kailangan po ba may hawak na sila ang dililisa nila?
Not necessarily. Kung gusto nila, we will just ask them questions. Oo. Tatanungin sila tungkol sa bawat detalye nun, ng affidavit na yon. So mag-aaral na sila ngayon. Kung gusto nilang talagang aminin lahat, na kanila lahat yon, na sila talaga ay nandun sa bawat pagkakataon. Di ba? Kung aakuin nila ang lahat ng pangyayari doon.
Sir, kailan po ninyo sila?
Hindi ko alam ang atin. May sabihin na ba tayo?
Sir, we're waiting for the individual.
Kasi dinirect namin na na magsabit ng individual affidavits eh. Di ba? Para naman fair. Fairness lang naman yan eh. Hindi ka pwede magtago sa isang grupo. Lahat kayo na nandun, meron kayong pananagutan. Okay? Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Happy weekend.